potential supply chain snarl may mean big trouble for bakers. Demand for butter is skyrocketing. Butter prices are at a $2.50 a pound right now. That's the highest in more than 4 years. Of course, it's good news for dairy farmers if they can keep up. CNBC's Jane Wells is at the Ag Expo in Tulare, California. How's it going there, Jane?
Hey, Shep, you know, this is the largest farm show here in the heart of dairy country. Equipment sales are strong. Demand is high, even though prices are higher. Of course, we know the cost of everything's higher, and baked into that is butter.
This is all about you.
In the heart of the nation's #1 farm state, 100,000 people will kick the tires this week at the World Ag Expo, most of them locals. Many of them dairy farmers in the state of happy cows, which is slightly happier than normal.
I'd say right now we're close to break even, making a little bit.
Joey AIROSO is a fourth-generation dairyman who sells to Land O'Lakes the milk from his almost 3,000 cows.
The demand side is really good, and that's probably the bright spot looking forward here is that, you know, we see that people went back to cooking with butter and doing things like that.
Nothing in dairy is selling better than butter. America remains whipped up about home baking since the pandemic began. Prices are double what they were a year ago, and we actually have to import butter to meet demand. But not all of that creamy profit is making it to the farm. Land O'Lakes is paying AIROSO about 50% more than it did pre-pandemic, but his costs are skyrocketing for things like corn feed. Some herds have been shut down or downsized, and everybody's fighting over water.
You know, California is a super high regulated state.
Regulations include reducing methane emissions from cows by 40%. So AIROSO is now collecting methane from manure under tarps and piping it to a nearby power plant. It's all part of his plan to keep the farm going for another generation. And it'll help if America keeps baking.
Dairy farming is, to some degree, it's inside of you and it's something you like to do. There's days I question my judgment on that.
Despite this high demand for butter, California is at risk of losing its status as the #1 dairy state because it just costs too much money to do anything out here. Happy cows could be moving back to Wisconsin, Shep. Outrage.
Jane Wells in Tulare, California. Thanks.